Welcome to Spectrum Sphere, where we explore a vast world of knowledge. Today, we dive into the philosophies of nihilism, existentialism, and absurdism. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and embark on this journey with us as we unravel the similarities and differences of these intriguing worldviews. Before delving into our main topics, let's start with a brief introduction to philosophical theories. These are complex systems of thought that seek to answer fundamental questions about our existence, morality, and the universe. They form the backbone of how we interpret and engage with the world around us. Nihilism is a philosophy grounded in the belief that life is without objective meaning, purpose, or intrinsic value. Nihilists maintain that knowledge is not possible and that truth does not exist. This worldview can lead to a sense of profound existential despair, but also, for some, a sense of freedom. Delving into the historical context, nihilism first emerged in 19th century Russia as a response to the societal changes and the disintegration of moral norms and traditions. Gaining prominence through literary figures like Dostoevsky and philosophers such as Friedrich Nietzsche, it challenged established religious and moral principles of the time. Friedrich Nietzsche stands out as a pivotal figure in nihilist thought. His proclamation of "God is dead" echoed the movement's break from religious doctrine. Additionally, philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre, although more closely associated with existentialism, touched on nihilistic ideas in their contemplation of a meaningless universe. Nihilists fundamentally believe that life is without objective meaning, purpose, or intrinsic value. Morality, they argue, does not naturally exist, and objective standards of right and wrong are socially constructed fabrications. Nihilism challenges the necessity of meaning in life, often rejecting religious and metaphysical beliefs as baseless. In the eyes of a nihilist, life lacks inherent meaning. There's a stark rejection of established morals as nothing more than societal constructs without true substance. To the nihilist, striving for purpose is fruitless, and grand narratives or religions are viewed with a skeptical lens, considered mere human inventions. While nihilism challenges us to confront the void, it's not without its detractors. Critics argue that its stark view of an absent universal meaning leads to pessimism, inaction, and a life devoid of aspirations. They contend it dismisses the intrinsic value of subjective experiences and personal fulfillment. Now, as we shift gears from the often misunderstood worldview of nihilism, we approach existentialism, a philosophical movement that also grapples with the concept of meaning, but emphasizes personal agency and choice. Let's delve into how existentialism empowers individuals to navigate a seemingly indifferent universe. Existentialism asserts that existence precedes essence, suggesting that individuals create their own meaning through conscious actions and decisions. It posits that freedom and choice are fundamental aspects of human nature, leading to a sense of responsibility for one's own life and the authenticity of one's existence. Turning now to the historical backdrop of existentialism, it sprouted as a reaction to the disorienting conditions of the 19th and 20th centuries, particularly in post-war Europe. As traditional structures were questioned, existentialist thinkers like Kierkegaard and Sartre proposed that individuals are solely responsible for giving their own lives meaning. Diving deeper into existentialism, let's spotlight its key philosophers. Søren Kierkegaard is often seen as its forefather, emphasizing personal choice and commitment. Friedrich Nietzsche spoke of life affirmation despite inherent meaninglessness, while Jean-Paul Sartre famously declared existence precedes essence, championing individual freedom in crafting meaning and identity. At the heart of existentialism lie several core concepts. This philosophy posits that individuals are free and responsible for shaping their own lives. It emphasizes authentic existence, confronting the absurd or the inherent meaninglessness of life. Subjective experience over objective truth is also a cornerstone, stressing personal interpretation and emotion. Existentialism champions the idea of radical individual freedom. Adherents argue that every person has the sole responsibility for imparting meaning to their life and making choices without the influence of any predefined doctrine or authority. This intense personal freedom is both liberating and burdening, as it comes with the weight of consequential responsibility. In existentialism, the search for meaning is deeply personal. Each individual is seen as the architect of their own purpose. Rejecting objective or prescribed notions of significance, existentialism posits that meaning isn't found but created through choices, actions, and authentic engagement with our own existence. While existentialism empowers individuals with personal freedom, it's not without criticism. Detractors argue that without inherent meaning, existentialism leads to moral relativism, where subjective experiences overshadow universal truths. Critics also suggest the existential burden of constantly choosing one's path can be psychologically overwhelming, leading to paralysis or existential dread. Now let's pivot to absurdism, which emerges as a bridge between the polarities of nihilism and existentialism. Absurdism acknowledges the human quest for meaning in a seemingly indifferent universe, suggesting a constant conflict that is inherently absurd. We'll explore how this philosophy reconciles with the apparent meaninglessness of life next. Diving into absurdism, we find a philosophy grappling with life's inherent contradictions. It's here where absurdists claim our desire for clarity clashes with an unknowable world, creating the absurd. It's neither a surrender to meaninglessness nor a defiant quest for meaning, but a delicate dance with the absurdity of existence. As we turn the pages back to the mid-20th century, absurdism emerges during a period wrought with disillusionment. Post-World II, artists and philosophers alike grappled with a fragmented world, giving rise to the absurdist philosophy that highlights the struggle to find meaning in a seemingly meaningless universe. Moving into absurdism, we meet its central figures. Albert Camus, a pivotal philosopher, asserts that our desire for significance clashes with the universe's indifference, culminating in the absurd. His contemporaries, like Samuel Beckett, used literature to echo this sentiment, finding absurd humor in the mundane and profound alike. At the heart of absurdism lies a poignant examination of the human condition. It recognizes our relentless quest for meaning within a seemingly indifferent universe, pinpointing this contradiction as the source of the absurd. Absurdism suggests that embracing this tension is key to understanding our place in the world. In this conflict between our desire for significance and the universe's silence, absurdism finds its footing. This philosophy paints a picture of the universe as cold and unresponsive to our demands for purpose, framing the human struggle for meaning as inherently absurd, yet a fundamental part of our existence. Absurdism posits that our quest for meaning in a universe devoid of inherent purpose is inherently contradictory. Yet, it's in embracing this contradiction, the absurd, that we carve out our own individual sense of purpose. In navigating the absurd, absurdism encourages a defiant creation of meaning, despite its apparent futility. While absurdism attempts to reconcile the quest for meaning with a seemingly indifferent universe, critics argue it falls into a paradox of passivity, dismissing any objective meaning yet encouraging personal significance. This, they say, may lead to a complacency, daring one to teeter at the edge of nihilism without a philosophical safety net. Now that we've taken a closer look at each philosophy, let's compare and contrast. Nihilism, existentialism, and absurdism all wrestle with life's inherent meaning, but they diverge sharply in their responses. Where nihilism declares life inherently meaningless, existentialism encourages personal meaning, and absurdism acknowledges the futile search for inherent meaning amidst an indifferent universe. Despite their differences, nihilism, existentialism, and absurdism share a philosophical kinship. They all confront the issue of meaning in a seemingly uncaring universe and challenge the traditional narratives given to life's purpose. Each posits that universal truths are elusive, and that our existence isn't underpinned by any inherent meaning. While nihilism argues that life inherently lacks meaning and value, existentialism suggests that meaning is not pre-existing, but must be created by the individual. Absurdism, on the other hand, recognizes the human desire to find meaning and the universe's indifference to it, declaring the pursuit itself absurd. Now, let's look at the relevance of these philosophies today. In a world that's rapidly changing and filled with uncertainty, nihilism, existentialism, and absurdism offer lenses through which we can interpret our struggles with purpose, freedom, and the quest for meaning in the face of an indifferent universe. Transitioning into modern-day implications, these three philosophies have deeply influenced contemporary culture. They resonate in our literature, movies, and art, where themes of existential angst and the search for purpose are prevalent. Even our personal outlooks on life and societal norms are often shaped by these ideological undercurrents. Now, as we ponder over nihilism, existentialism, and absurdism, it's time for a personal reflection. Which of these resonate with you? Each philosophical path offers a unique lens through which to view our existence, urging us to confront the quintessential question: what is the meaning of our life? As we wrap up our exploration of nihilism, existentialism, and absurdism, consider how these philosophies challenge and enrich our perspectives. They compel us to examine life's inherent meaning, or the lack thereof, and encourage us to confront the profound depths of our own existence with courage and authenticity. Thank you for joining us on Spectrum Sphere as we navigated the thought-provoking realms of nihilism, existentialism, and absurdism. Don't forget to share your insights, give us a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button for a new adventure into knowledge every week. Until next time, keep pondering the great questions with us.